YouTube. It's now with Olympus Reptiles. And today, we're in our zoo located at Manhattan Reptile World. So the Manhattan Reptile World Zoo in Manhattan, Kansas. And I've got Colin here with me. And there's a reason why I've got Colin here. We're going to bust a myth today. And that myth is people think animals are going to act different around pregnant people. And they will. I can guarantee you certain animals will. But will reptiles show a major difference around pregnant people? Now, before anybody gets on there and tells me how to do science projects, I get it. It's a real small sample size, so say that shit for yourself. But we're still going to test and see if it happens. So that's why I need Colin here, because I need a pregnant individual to do some testing with.
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, I was going to say you're showing really well.
Oh.
But Colin's not pregnant, but Colin, he didn't make somebody pregnant. So come on down. And her first time being on camera with us, I do believe, so I'll let her introduce herself.
I'm Sierra.
And she's carrying Colin's
Offspring.
So first, what Colin's going to do is work with our water monitor here. Now, he is a pretty nice water monitor. You know, water monitors they're known to kind of be jerks. This one I'd say is pretty friendly. And we're going to even introduce food. So we're going to make everything kind of a little bit sketchy. So we're going to get out of Colin's way and let him do this. And then she's going to do it, and she's going to say if it's been different than when she's done it before she was in her conditions, shall we say. And we'll see if that water monitor acts any different towards her than it does Colin. We're going to find out, is this a baby-killing machine? Or does it scare the pregnant people? What's going to happen? I don't know, so we're going to get out of the way and let Colin work.
So as Matt was saying, this water monitor is one that we have had for a long time. I have worked with this individual right here for a number of years now, most of his entire life. And so, it is not a fearing animal. He knows that I provide food. You see, I have right here a pre-killed rat, and you see he sees it, he smells it. He's gonna come over here, and I do this every time I feed him. I never give him live stuff because reptiles like this know the difference between a live animal and a dead animal. And what I'm trying to do right here is basically just get him onto the ground so that he can move around a little bit more, and I can show you guys how this works. But he is locked onto this right here. And what I typically do with him is get him up on my body so that he knows I'm feeding him. And then he gets down and he's gonna eat it. And that's typically how that goes. Now he knows the difference between my hands and that rat. Even though my hands smell like a rat, he won't go after them because he knows that I'm his daddy and that I feed him, and if I didn't have fingers, I wouldn't be able to feed him. So, now that I've done that, you guys have kind of seen how he behaves. He's very food motivated, and I'm going to give Sierra one. She doesn't ever do this very often. I'm kind of his sole caretaker. Oh, yeah. We're going to see how this goes, if it behaves any differently with 8-month pregnant woman.
So we're going to... Do I just like have him climb up?
You can do whatever you want.
I don't...
Pretty much the same reaction there, I would say.
So, did you at any time feel in danger from your pregnancy?
No.
Did the animal come after you with a bloodlust to kill your baby?
No, I think he did that actually before I was pregnant more.
All right, so guys, as you saw, and look at that. He's just a big puppy dog. Still got tail hanging out of his mouth. We've all been there before, buddy.
Gross.
Anyway, you're saying, okay, well that's a lizard, and let's be honest, it's a monitor lizard. This is one of the smartest reptiles on the planet. Them and crocodilians. Really, 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 really intelligent.
Absolutely.
So maybe it's smart enough, and maybe we're kind of cheating. So we're going to take a quick cut that we never do to get something else ready, and let's try one more animal to test the pregnant woman theory. So now it's time for the other animal. We're going to go with the snake. So this is a reticulated python that you've raised since birth, right?
Yep, I've had this guy since he was a hatchling.
And it's just beautiful. So tell me, what morph is this?
This is a lavender albino reticulated python.
I remember these as a kid. This is one of the first animals I actually just fell in love with, the way they look. And it was because of the Reptiles magazine, and Bob Clark was the first to produce these, and these were on the cover. And that lavender color blew my mind. But we're going to break two myths right now. So myth number one is what we've been working on. Are snakes going to be more, and reptiles going to be more aggressive with a pregnant woman? We're about to find out. And two, Colin's going to disprove the fact that a pregnant woman will still handle your snake. So I'm going to get out of the way and let him do it.
That was a good one. So,
I got it.
I'll let him kind of smell around on her, see if he is going to behave any different. My guess is no.
Woohoo, pregnant.
So do you feel afraid?
No.
Do you feel threatened?
No.
Is it trying to eat the baby while it's still
No.
in the womb?
It's trying to get away.
Yep. Pretty simple animals. He's just trying to move around right now. He's just being curious at this point. He's just trying to explore his, being outside of his cage. Not really caring about Sierra a whole lot.
So would you say his behavior is pretty normal?
Absolutely.
How do you feel about this whole situation?
I mean, same old, same old.
Same old,
He
same
seems pretty
Just another
calm.
day.
All right, guys, so there you have it. We put two animals that would be considered dangerous reptiles with a monitor and a big retic on a pregnant woman with little to no result. Now, I do want to caution you, and don't say, well, then, Olympus Reptiles has proven, one, we're not actual scientists. We just play one on TV. That animals are not going to react to pregnancy. They very well can. They very well can react to hormonal changes. They can react to blood, so other things that happen in women's lives. But it's not always going to be like pythons and reptiles, like per se. There are certain things that do smell blood, like sharks. I do know of an incident, unfortunately, with a tiger that hormones can cause issues. So you do still got to be careful and understand the condition you're in. But this is a question that, believe it or not, we frequently get. Is it okay for me to still have reptiles? My girlfriend's pregnant, or my wife's pregnant, or I am pregnant. Not me. I look it, but I really am not. It'd be pretty cool if I was and make millions on that. But it's still safe to have these animals as long as you're used to working. You do take a few precautions. I mean, but the same ones you would normally take, right? This animal can't hurt you just because you're pregnant. Now, I wouldn't let it crawl around with your brand new newborn baby. Definitely keep those two away from each other because it doesn't understand. It only understands the size. So that is definitely a precaution, but not overly a danger. There, just chill out there. It's much easier. This is such a cool snake. All right, Kurt, anything you want to add or any questions?
No.
You guys, anything you want to add or any questions?
Well, this was fun. Learned a lot today.
Yeah,
You learned a lot today. Mostly, the biggest thing we proved is that pregnant women still can handle a snake. Who knew? So don't let that stop you. All right, guys, before this thing chokes me out on accident, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here, and we'll see you next week.